Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shana Washai by Shem Dash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Aquath that listen and learn unto you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And the Israelites today are indeed the Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, right? And of course, the scattered Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations. So this is not a color thing. This is a lineage thing and a truth thing. This thing of ours. And we're going to talk about unrighteous decrees. You know, this was sent to me this morning by Sayad, the other Ephraimite. And I opened it up and started reading. It was like, wow, this is a lesson right here. So here we are. All right. So it says, a man who spent 23 years in prison for stealing hedge clippers granted parole. All right. So this man was actually serving life. Let's read it. All right, let's read a little bit of it. It says, 63-year-old man who was serving a life sentence in prison for stealing a pair of hedge clippers has been granted parole. CBS affiliate KLFY reported the Louisiana Board of Pardons and Committee on Parole voted this weekend to release Fairwayne Bryant after he had served 23 years in prison. So you took away 23 years of this man's life for a pair of hedge clippers. That is beyond unbalanced. All right. It says Bryant was sentenced to life in prison without parole in 1997 for stealing the hedge clippers from a residential garage. While the crime itself did not warrant the life sentence, his 4 prior felony convictions in an attempted robbery case, possession of stolen goods, attempted forgery of a check, and simple burglary triggered Louisiana's habitual offender statute, according to KLFY. So you create a system, all right, not in any way whatsoever defending what this man did, all right, but you create a system where once you're a so-called felon, it's impossible for you to get work or get a job. And that's done by design because they want you and they want you to recycle right back into the prisons. Why? Because the prison owners, you know, all the investors, all the stockholders make money. They get paid to keep those prisons filled. So you create laws, unrighteous decrees, in order for that to do so. All right. This is Isaiah 10:1, and it reads, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and take away the right from the poor of my people. The widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And they create all 3 of those things because guys go to prisons and get killed. Right, their women become widows, and then in a sense, if you're the breadwinner in your house, the man of your house, in a sense, your woman does become a widow because of what happens eventually. Women are not loyal to men when the man is sleeping in the same bed with them. How much more when a man is stuck behind the walls of a prison? So you're gonna so the wife is become an adulterer. The children are fatherless. You create these issues, which creates a broken home, which in turn, in a lot of cases, gets a fresh new body because the children, the sons or the daughters, end up going right into the same system. See, they create this revolving door, all right, putting you in a position of where you're in constant struggle, and there's no way out. And what do people do when they have no money, no income, no resources? They turn to crime. All right. And if he stole hedge clippers, more than likely he was either trying to sell them or he was trying to use them to work. All right. So, matter of fact, let's grab another quick scripture. Let's go to Proverbs. Let me read it before I call it. Make sure this is the right one. Well, yeah, I'll read it. And this is Proverbs 28:8, and it says, He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. So even though this lesson really isn't about usury, but in a sense, the way that they're putting these people in prison and making all this money off the free labor, it kind of is, man. Because the work that you're getting out of them, that these people work for cents, pennies on the dollar, and they make money hand over fist for these large corporations that use the prison free, basically free prison labor, damn near free. When you paying a guy 50 cents a day, 25 cents a day or something like that, and these huge corporations are making money hand over fist over this free labor, man, like McDonald's. I learned that Bob Barker from The Price is Right, that his name is on the soap bars in the prisons. So all these Edomites are in on this, man. All right? And it is a form of usury because you're not paying them what they're worth. And then you put them in this revolving door of hopelessness where they end up right back into that system. You create the system that they fail in. You see, it's something that the elder Yashawamba said many years ago. He said that the nigger in America is a creation of Esau Edom. He created the nigger. You went from the shirt and slacks and book in your hand. All right. When you look at the images of Jake trying to come up in the 30s and 40s and 50s, trying to make something of himself, and then you look at what they created through the music, through their influence. All right. But let's get back into this article. It says earlier this year, Louisiana Supreme Court upheld the ruling of a 5-1 decision. KLFFFY said the Chief Justice cast the only dissenting vote, writing the sentence. And so this guy still wanted to keep him locked up. See, these are heartless, sick people, man. It says writing that the sentence is grossly out of proportion to the crime served no legitimate penal purpose. And I agree with that. Chief Justice Bernard Johnson, the only black member of the court, also noted that Bryant's jail time cost taxpayers exactly $518,066, damn, $500,000, man. That's what it cost the taxpayers. But I can only look at the profit that it made private business and the prison owners that own the prison share. So see, the way this system is set up, you're getting over even on your own people, man. And see, and racism and hatred has cost, as you can see, what's going on as of lately has cost America millions. Look at the amount that's probably played out in lawsuits with law enforcement over things that are completely and directly racially motivated. This is Psalms 43:1, and it reads, "Judge me, O power, and plead my cause against the ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man." These people, they create labyrinths that have no way out of paperwork and litigation, all right, and trap your life, man. Like the scripture says, I think it's Isaiah 42:22, if I'm not mistaken. The people robbed and spoiled. Because the prison houses aren't full of Jewish people. It's full of Israelites. We always say they don't fit the prophecies, man. They don't measure up. But this is Isaiah 42:22. And it reads, hold on. "This is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. So who's filling the prison houses? Jacob. So-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans make up the majority of the people that are locked up in prison. Well, that's starting to change now because of the opioids. Esau's starting to fill up the prisons now. But, the meth and the drug addictions with them. But you would never know that. So lock it for a moment. This thing is tweaking. It just started moving on his own. But yeah, that's his face right there. The Louisiana Parole Project. This is the man right there. Okay, Salakia. I just got a message. I was just trying to respond to it quick. Salakia. But yeah, the one guy, this one, it said that somebody on that board, went against it. It was 5-1. One person said no, leave him in jail. All right. And this is Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their shepherds pity them not, man. So blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, man. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, man. They slay Jake all day long, not only in America, but across the world, man, and hold themselves not guilty. All right? It says, Mr. Bryant's sentence is an example of the flaws in the Louisiana criminal legal system. Well, it's not just Louisiana, it's the whole country, man. All right? As a matter of fact, it's wherever Esau dwells, their legal system is corrupt and flawed against Jacob. But the parole committee decisions to grant him early release shows the importance of the periodic evaluations of the individual's rehabilitation, which Mr. Bryant will continue with the support of Louisiana Parole Project, Inc., says Kelsey Jenkins, a third-year law student from Louisiana who worked on Bryant's case, which is probably the one who is probably her research trying to get her grade, which saw what was being done to him. Because a lot of Jakes have been freed over the years. They've made movies about it, where these college students go and look up these cases and they see how grossly unjust it is, and then they go and and defend them and get them out. That's happened quite a few times. It says, after nearly 24 years of incarceration, Fairwayne Bryant walked out of Angola this afternoon. His story reminds us of the extreme prison sentence do not benefit society, which are committed to helping to rebuild his life. And no, they're not. But no, they don't benefit society. And they're really meant to destroy us as a people. All right? Point blank, period. All right? This says Louisiana chapter of the ACLU also celebrated Bryant's release, writing, while nothing can make up for the years Mr. Bryant lost, this extreme and unjust sentence, today's decision by the parole board, a long overdue victory for Mr. Bryant and his family and cause for equal justice. Actually, he deserves money. There should be some sort of lawsuit of compensation to his family. All right, that would be just. That should be an amount of money given to him for his family for every year that he was locked up. And a very large sum. When you look at the amount of monies that could have been generated or made with, had he been working or doing something that you denied him, the opportunity to do. This is Proverbs 29 and 27. And it reads, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. And that's what it is, man. That's why they clipped the video off of Uriah's channel and gave him a strike the other day, because they were so offended at us being upright and pointing out their wickedness that they deleted the video. And at the end, we were actually about to finish this live show, and They cut the stream and cut the video and gave the page a strike. After, because at first it said it was a warning. Then we found out that he got a strike. That's okay. This is we're gonna finish with this one. This is Luke 18, chapter 6, verse 7, and it reads, and Yahweh said, "Hear, Salakia, and the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith." All right. So the unjust judge, well, sent this man away for 23 years, for life, actually. For the intervening of these Negro college students, these Israelite college students, he'd still be sitting in there for life over a pair of clippers to cut hedges with. All right. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? So it's been a long time, but the Lord is showing us the signs, man. We almost out of here, and he is about to pay, man. So with that, I give all praises, going honor unto Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Rakak Badash Wa Abba Babal Kwam Yasharallah.